Welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. In case you just tuned in, we had a fun-filled day with puppies and Louis Dye speaking about his book. But now we're getting into an event that's happening on the 20th of September 2013, organized by the National Chamber of Exporters of Sri Lanka. It is the National Chamber of Export Awards, and we have three guests in the studio. Dr. Jagat Pierce, the president of the NCE. Good morning. And Mr. Rasavir Singham, the executive director, along with Mr. Jeffrey Tilakaratne, who is the Director Member of Services, Chairman Awards Committee. Good morning, gents. All right, so tell me, could you outline the aim of the Export Awards this year?
Well, the aim of the awards ceremony, which is an annual event, and is the 21st year.
21st year?
21st
right.
year. The objective is to recognize export performance of our exporters and also to motivate them with these awards for better performance.
Okay.
That's the overall objective.
What was the application process like?
Well, we advertise and we call applications. It's open to our members of the chamber as well as non-members. So it's a wide application process. And once they make the application, there is an evaluation panel of experts who evaluate the applications based on certain criteria. So the criteria are known to the applicants, and they make the application on that basis. For example, there are about 4 or 5 main categories that like the export turnover, the financial management, then the achievements, the company special achievements, management, and so on. So on these basis, the awards are evaluated.
And that's how the winners are also all
yes.
the people probably that have the chance to win it.
That's right. Yes.
All right, Dr. Jagat, could you tell us the aim of the National Chamber of Exporters in Sri Lanka?
Yes, the National Chamber of Exporters was founded in 1987. So we have completed more than 26 years of service. We are a chamber exclusively for the purpose of promoting exports in Sri Lanka. And also our members count for more than half the exports of the country. So we have been doing a good service. We take all exporters, anybody who wants to export can join the chamber. We try to give them all the assistance that is needed for them to start exports and also to maintain their growth. And also whenever they come across any issues, we take them to the authorities concerned and find solutions for them.
Right. Okay. Now, the NCE just recently won a gold award in public service and educational category for the best website. Tell us about that win.
Yes, I think that was a good, ours is one of the best websites. I'm sure that was recognized by the people who gave us that award. And I think our website there's so many people coming into our website. There are so many hits every day. And from all over the world. I think that has been one reason, because the website has been done very well. That's one reason why it's so popular among all over the world.
All right, can you outline a few significant services offered by the NCE?
Yes, we do a lot of trade promotion work. For example, we take missions abroad. Sometimes we take people, exporters, and participate in trade fairs. And we help them to set up their booths and try to find them as many as possible prospective buyers. Then also we take missions about the delegations who on fact-finding missions. So that also helps them to do some market research and helps them to get into the markets that are considered difficult. Then we also have trade representatives in several countries who are working for our exporters, and whenever they need some information about those countries, those trade representatives are always willing to give that service to us. So
this not only has a huge impact on the exporters, but also people around them that actually work on this. Mr. Tilakaratne, if you mind telling us what are the new features introduced this year at the NCE Export Awards?
We have introduced several new features this year. Each year we keep on refining the scheme. As in the previous years, we have 3 main categories of awards, 3 main sectors. For example, we recognize excellence in export performance in covering products. That's one area. The second area is service providers to exporters, like suppliers and service providers, like freight forwarders, intermediate product suppliers, and so on. The third category is the export of business and professional services. That covers IT services, software development, then educational services, legal services, all types of professional services which are exported, some online. So these are the three main areas. Now within these areas, now for example, if you take the product sectors, we cover virtually all the product sectors, like tea, rubber, value-added products, bulk exports, agriculture, everything. Similarly for the other sectors. Now in each sector, now for example, if we take tea, we have awards for tea bulk exports as well as value-added exports. Now for each of these we give 3 awards, a gold, a silver and a bronze for the first 3, and we have a very strict marking scheme where they have to reach a certain benchmark in order to get a gold or a silver award or whatever. Then also
would you forgive me for this, would you mind letting us know what that benchmark is? Is that like, give us an example of what?
No, it depends on each year. It depends on their level of performance. But the judges, the panel of judges, fix a fairly high level of marks for them to achieve a gold award. So if you don't reach that level, the award is not given. Then we don't. So we maintain a very high standard each year. Then under each of these sectors that I mentioned, based on the size of the enterprise, we have 4 categories. That is small exporters, medium, large and extra large. Basically based on their volume, export turnover. That's how they are categorized. So in each of these, for example, now if you take tea again, for value-added tea exports, the small exporters, they will get a gold, silver and a bronze. Similarly, the medium will get a gold, silver and a bronze, so on. So this is how the awards are given. This year we are giving out about 103 awards, trophies, covering all these sectors that I mentioned. In addition, each year we also introduce certain special awards. Now, for example,
these are nothing to do with the main awards.
Nothing to do with these are special awards. Now, all these years we have been giving award for the best brand exporter, for example. Then the best value-added exporter, and the best woman exporter. Now this year, taking into account the current needs and the current conditions in the economy, we have introduced few other special awards. For example, we have introduced an award for the best performing exporter in emerging markets. That is because hitherto we have been concentrating on our traditional markets like the USA, EU countries and so on. But these markets are somewhat in recession. So there is a need for us to diversify our markets, go into new countries in the Asian region and other emerging markets. So in order to encourage the exporters to diversify and go into new areas, we have introduced best performing exporter in emerging markets. Similarly, another area we have introduced a special award for the best SME exporter, because once we take the performance, always the larger exporters, they have a better chance of winning the awards and becoming the most outstanding exporter. So in order to encourage and motivate the small exporters, we have introduced a special award for the best SME exporter. Now the third most important thing we have introduced is to recognize innovation. Now, in the current context of the competition in world markets, it is imperative that our exporters innovate and differentiate our products to survive and also to compete in the export markets. So in order to encourage innovation, which is very vital, that is to go into high-tech exports, because we are at the moment far behind our competitor countries, even in the Asian region, even our neighboring countries. So in order to promote innovation and differentiation, we have introduced 3 awards, gold, silver and bronze, for the 3 best innovative exporters. And in order to help the exporters, assist the exporters, the chamber works closely with the National Science Foundation to recognize and motivate research and innovation, and also to give them material assistance to achieve their ends. So these are the special awards we have introduced this year.
And these awards tend to change every year, I'm guessing, these special awards?
Yes, depending on the needs, depending on the